Cue that beautiful music, sir. Welcome back to this week's episode of the Well House Exorcism. This is your ghost of a host with the most, Shanna.
It's Buckwa PJ.
Welcome back after our week vacay.
I know.
How do you feel?
Rested.
And tan?
No.
Not at all.
Not me. I don't tan.
Yes, you do.
I mean, a little bit. But...
You look very tan right now. Pull up your t-shirt sleeve.
Yeah, I know. That's...
Bam, there it is. All right. Farmer's tan. All right. So we are here to give you guys the second dump of Pennhurst stuff. So while we were on vacay, PJ did comb through a lot of the video footage.
Yep. Still a little bit more to do.
Yeah. So far we have like nothing. Sadly.
No. Video-wise, there is nothing at all.
But we have, like I said, so much data. So some of the clips that we use tonight will either be from the pod track is what it's called on our thing, but like the podcast track
we
recorder.
Took our actual podcast recorder and one of our professional microphones, and then we used a little digital recorder too.
Yeah, so for our first thing that we're going to listen to, that's actually an issue between the two of them because they picked up different things. So I didn't want to play both of them for our first. Is it the first one or the second one?
Yeah, it was a good preface.
So it's for the second recording that we're going to play for you. But overall, though, I did like using the recorder. I felt that it was easier to pick up EVPs from. But it's kind of cool that with listening to both of the tracks, we picked up different EVPs.
Yeah.
So that was pretty nice. So I actually lied by accident on our last episode because I went through the pod track recorder as well. We have a fifth EVP.
We do. Yeah.
Surprise. So in any case, what we're going to do is we're going to play our basement of the Quaker building. We did it. This one we forgot to turn on the little handheld recorder.
Yep.
So it's all coming from the pod track. It is our longest one. It's 15 minutes, but everybody except for Tom did an Estes session. We all had some really cool experiences with the answers that we got and some kind of physical connections. And then that one plays into the next recording we're going to listen to, which is the top floor of the Quaker building, because what happens in our 15-minute recording from the basement of the Quaker building, we're talking about at the beginning of the Quaker building because we got some validation, which is really cool. And that one has, again, 2 EVPs. And then the third thing we're going to listen to is the infirmary part 1. So the one that's our last one for the night. It's 12 minutes. This one actually we did before we had Carrie in the dentist's room, but we thought hers was kind of cool. So we played hers last time. So this one took a little bit longer to get through, but it also has an EVP. All right. So with that being said, the first of the recordings does not have an EVP, and it's the basement of the Quaker building. So I do want to say that there were some people kind of like walking around while we were doing our session. So you're going to hear some people in the background walking and talking. Those are not EVPs at all. Because it wasn't like, we got a closed room. It was open campus the whole time. It also has kind of a grainy sound because I had to amplify one part and then minimize another part. So I do apologize for the grainy sound, but it's the best that I could do. And again, we don't want to be a person who like cuts things out. So you're getting the raw stuff. If I cut anything, it was just us taking our headphones off and then handing it off because it makes quite an annoying sound and you don't want to have that in your ear. But I'm the first person to kind of go into the Estes, and then there was Carrie who took over, and then you took over too, I want to feel like, but no one really talked to you. So there's that.
Yeah.
Which actually leads into another one of the recordings. So you're going to hear mostly just me and Carrie. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start it. And then I'm going to try to not talk during it. That's kind of the goal here, is to not talk. But there's some really cool stuff that pops up here and there.
All right, here we go. All right, EVP session for the basement of the Quaker building. It is 10:11 p.m.
that? Do you have something to tell me?
Me.
Me? Do you have a name? My name is Carrie. Do you have a name?
Psst. Psst.
How old are you?
What was that? Talk slower, please. There's a lot of you. One at a time.
What's your name?
Susie,
Hi, Susie.
you listen.
Okay.
Psst. Psst. Psst.
How old are you, Susie?
8.
You're 8?
Ridiculous.
Susie, there's a ball over here.
Psst. Psst. Someone behind me keeps saying psst, psst, psst. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see this ball over here?
Psst.
This is a really cool ball. If you touch it, it's going to light up. You see it?
Can you move the ball? Make it light up?
Not allowed?
Why aren't you allowed? Of course you're allowed. That ball belongs to me, and I'm saying you can
Quiet.
Is there anybody else with you here, Susie?
Oh, you know.
I know. Who? This is Shanna. This is PJ.
Me.
Sorry, what?
Are you listening to me?
Oh, of course we're listening to you. What would you like to say?
Who's the female voice talking over here?
That was you, right?
Something for, and it just got really cold.
That was me.
I don't think you.
Really cold.
That was me.
My arms are so cold right now.
That was me. That was me walking by.
Susie, are you here by yourself?
Cry. I cry.
Why do you
Ridiculous.
cry? Ridiculous? What's ridiculous? If you don't want to walk over there and touch that ball that will light up, there's this thing right here, and if you touch it, it's going to light up.
Don't talk to them.
Don't talk to who?
Psst, psst, psst.
Susie, is somebody not allowing you to talk to me?
Susie, is there anyone else in here?
I'm gonna cry. I miss mommy.
Oh, honey,
I'm not gonna cry.
I know. But you know what? There's
Oh, that hits different when you hear it like that. I'm good.
There's a lot of people here that are going to want to talk to you tonight.
I can't stop crying. Like, I just, whew. Oh, yeah, I'm sad. I keep hearing the word sad.
I know, baby. I know. What can we do for you to make you not sad? Can we help you?
It's okay.
Can we help you with anything?
It's okay. Don't talk.
Susie, did I tell you my name was Carrie? And over here on the floor, right here, that's Shanna.
Okay, too many. Did it? One at a time. He did it.
Who? What did he do?
Just a growl. Again.
Can that person have words, or can he only, or she only grunt and knock?
Psst, psst, psst. Hi. Psst, psst, psst. I hear you. Like, I hear you. Whatever you are, I got you.
How about whoever's going, psst, 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 can you, are you here? You can light up
I feel like I have like an Eli over here. Psst, 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 psst.
You can touch
I might
this
still
green
cry.
light, and it will light up different colors if you're here. Hi, are you here?
I feel like the little girl is gone. She's not talking anymore. I'm just getting a over here now.
Okay.
Susie, if you're
And
still
psst,
there,
psst, 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 psst,
it's
psst.
just lighting up.
It was lighting up. Oh, go ahead, come on. You can light it up again. It can go all the way to red or orange.
I need a break. I'm like, I can't stop crying. That hit. That
Yeah.
hit.
All right, this started lighting up when I said, can you not?
So I want to take a pause for a second. So again, I do apologize for like the first 3 minutes being rough. It's because when I sat down, the microphone was further away from me. So then I had to bump the audio up so you could hear us talking. And there's one moment around like 3:45 when I get quiet because that's where PJ had brought the microphone closer to me. And then it's so easy to hear everything because there's no amplification needed.
Yeah.
But the reason I all but started crying was because like the voice that I heard was a little girl and she was crying when she said, "I miss my mommy." And like it just immediately gave me chills because it was so clear. It obviously wasn't from a radio station because some people can like, say that that's what it is.
Yeah.
But it was clear as day. And as like a mom myself, it broke my heart because it was so heartfelt. But that psst, psst, psst in the corner, like behind my left shoulder, never stopped. It was obnoxious. And it wasn't like a radio station because you do have the radio going through.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. And then later you'll hear that Carrie gets the exact same sound, and it's a constant. It never stops. So you're trying to listen to other people while that's happening behind you. But apart from that, like I really did get cold. Like my hands, you can hear me like rub my hands together. I get so cold that like my arms are chilled, my hands are cold, but my face is hot and I'm sweating. So it was the weirdest sensation like ever. But in any case, we can continue on because at this point I took the headphones off. And so Carrie's telling me all about how the EMF reader started like lighting up. So she takes over around minute 6. And so now we're going to have her getting names and answers to our questions.
Up when I said, can you not speak? And
Yeah. Well,
that's what I heard in the other room constantly.
yeah, they were trying to get attention. I get it. But
Oh, PJ, you want to?
You can. Go for it.
it's like emotional. I just can't. Like I think as a mom, I just can't stop crying over that.
I get it. I get it.
Batteries on this one,
I gotta stand for the dumb. My legs are killing me.
I know you like it.
And we have power banks too.
I did not like hearing that. That was just.
Yeah.
Me? It was like a deep voice. Me?
Yeah, there was a male voice. He kept saying, "Don't talk to them."
Who are you? What's your name? Can you move?
See, yeah.
Can you make this ball light up?
Like if someone had Facebook on.
Yep.
Me?
It flashes. Really cool colors.
It does. Do you want me to show you how it works?
He?
If you're in trouble talking, you can come over here and do this. Watch, ready? You roll it and it lights up.
Whoever's going. Me? Yes, you. What's your name? Steve?
Oh, that's you. Gosh.
Steve, hi.
Hi, Steve. How old are you?
It sounded like a ball bouncing.
I just need to like emotionally calm down right now.
Yeah. Do you like it down here? Hi.
Like it's not.
What's up? It was like that. It was like, what's up?
He's not mean. He wants your attention. And I feel like it's one of our students,
Yeah. Steve, come here. Can you talk?
And Steve, you can light this up if you want to. Don't worry, I was listening to you and I still hear you. Psst, psst, psst.
Me.
Yeah, it's you. I heard you. Trust me. You're a playful guy, and I like that about you. And you were very polite. Yeah, thank you so much for being polite and waiting your turn. And I think you're down here by yourself now. So if you want to just talk with us, go ahead. That must be like a repetitive thing that he was doing during life. So it must be like a residual
tick.
kind of, yeah.
Some kind of tick.
Or maybe it's like a residual haunt situation where you just hear that over and over again.
Yeah.
But it's lighting up. Yeah, hi, honey bunny. How you doing? We're here listening to you. See? Thank you for making that orange. I really appreciate it. Are you happy here? Are you happy?
What's up?
Hi. Nice to talk to you. Yeah. I'm glad we could hang out with you for a little bit. I really appreciate you being on my left-hand shoulder talking to me. It's oddly comforting.
So Steve, how old are you? Susie's 8. Is Susie here? Do you know Susie?
Help me.
Oh, we're lighting up. Well, we're here to help if you tell us what to do.
What do you mean?
Well, if you want us to pray for you or sing for you, we can do that for you. Whatever will make you happy.
I can tell you a dumb joke.
Yeah, you can also hear bad jokes from PJ.
Yeah.
We're definitely getting somebody. Constant.
I'm getting a pain on the back of my head.
Yeah, not surprised. It's right there. Carrie doesn't mind talking to you guys, but don't hurt her, okay?
Yeah. We're just here to talk.
Yeah, I didn't get...
Hey!
Yeah, no, we're still here. Don't worry. What do you want us to do? Do you want us to sing? Do you want us to pray for you? Do you want us to tell you a joke?
Hey!
There's a knock over there. You hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
It was soft.
It almost sounded like I said Stacy. Stacy.
Susie?
Or Steve. Wait. Slow down.
Stevie? Do you go
Hey.
Go by Stevie? Can you knock again?
I have to
Stephen.
Oh, Stephen, that's a very beautiful name. Do they probably call you
Stephen.
Stevie? Call you Steve and Stevie for short? Was that Stephen with a PH or with a V?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
can.
Can you hear us? He left again for a little bit. I do like the consistency of the EMF reader though, because we were at Carrie's house, it barely lit up, you know,
Yeah.
and now it's like there's a consistency to it.
Hey, hi.
Hey, how's it going? We thank you for being here with us.
Stephen Alice. Whoa, what was that?
Coming back again. Thank you for lighting up the EMF reader.
Ooh, I'm so cold.
Yeah, I am too.
All down here. Hey.
Welcome to our little hangout. Nice to talk to you.
Is that still you, Steve?
The head.
What happened?
There's the ball.
The moon.
Oh, outside it's full moon.
Something just pulled my hair.
Oh, Carrie's head?
Do you like her?
It was me.
Good job, Steve. We don't pull on hair, Steve.
Fine.
It's not polite, remember?
If you want to touch something, you can touch this ball here,
Yeah, that's
or
cool.
you can touch this green light and make it orange or red. Or you can
Go to hell. Sorry.
Well, the thing is, he's like, I want to
But
touch
it was
Carrie.
so like matter of factly, like go to
He
hell.
wants to talk to Carrie. He wants to touch Carrie.
The opposite. Kudos.
Kudos. Oh, we're saucy. I like it. Hey, I would touch Carrie's hair too. Oh, I forgot.
You. Just so you all know that this whole time I keep on hearing, psst.
Yeah, it never stops.
Who's this person going, psst?
It's always on your left shoulder. It just never stops.
It's got to be something with a tick.
Yeah. Or they couldn't talk and this was like their nonverbal way of getting...
Yeah.
Somebody trying to shoot their cat.
There's
Do
a
you
lot
like
of...
cats, Stevie? Susie, what about you? Are you still here?
Is there anything keeping you from leaving?
The spiders are in the wall.
Oh,
Hey.
I mean, there are a lot of spiders down here.
Yeah, they're kind of gross. Do you like
Ooh.
spiders?
Tick.
If only Stevie would do it.
Tock.
Stevie.
Tick. Tock.
Oh, I guess when you use the word tick, it's
Tick.
on that word tick now.
Oh,
Tock.
PJ was talking about a
Tick.
tick, not a TikTok.
Tick.
yeah, it's talking about nervous ticks.
Tick.
So we're stuck on the word.
Stevie, you never give us your age.
Yeah, Steve, how old are you? And how long have you lived here?
Do you know Susie?
Cat.
Oh, there it is. Took you a little bit. Do you like cats? Or are you a dog person?
Knowing that there's only one right answer. It's both.
It was me.
Well, I'm not surprised, Jersey.
I just got a bad taste in my mouth. Like,
It's weird because I did too.
Oh.
Like a really bitter taste. Almost like bile.
it was the cream.
Oh,
Oh no.
that's not good to
I
hear.
wonder if they served like spoiled milk or something.
Yeah. Did you drink all the cream? And did you regret it?
Hi.
Hello.
Different voice.
Oh, hi.
Welcome to our group. What's your
name?
name?
Welcome to the party.
There's no one really here right now.
No.
Whoever is going.
I like.
That's.
Oh, so can you pause for a second?
Me too.
What is it?
So around like the 13:30 mark, it, Carrie had been talking about cream and whatnot, and then it's all of a sudden me saying there's no one here. There was a long section of time that there was no sound coming from Carrie, even if we were asking questions. And that's why I said I don't think anyone's here. So I chopped all of that out because it was like, why have our listeners listen to dead silence?
Nothing, yeah.
So now we've kind of taken the headphones off of her and we talk a little bit about what she had heard versus what I had heard. So go ahead.
Whoever is going.
I like.
That's.
I like that.
Me too.
What does it say?
There's just like arrows pointing to a little mini door that someone painted.
I'll be effing back.
All
I'm
right.
back.
What I was also going to say was there was a point where I didn't like how I was feeling. And it was where my legs were freezing, but my face was on fire.
Right? I had that too. And my arms got really cold, but I was doing this as I was sweating and then I started crying. But
Okay.
What was the taste that you got in your mouth?
It was like, almost like I had blood in my mouth. Like that metallic.
That copper.
Yeah.
Because at the same exact time, I got a really bitter taste in my mouth. It was interesting that you said that.
I felt fine. Interesting.
I also was starting to feel like I was getting tickled in my ear and up my nose, but I just
You need
thought
a
that was
battery
dust.
pack?
Yeah, there was a lot of dust down here, yeah. I just felt kind of woozy. I was like doing this a lot.
Okay, and that's where that one ends. So what's interesting about the basement, and when we were talking with the inhabitants of the basement dwellers at the
Yeah.
Quaker building, is that, it was a consistent for me, a female voice who said her name was Susie, that pss, 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 and then the deeper voice. And so Carrie has that same thing, and she gets the name Steve, right? And what's also consistent is you had mentioned it was probably a tick, because he kept saying, or it kept
Yeah.
going pss, pss, pss. And then you have the ghost get hung up on tick, tock, tick, tock, and then it's like tick, 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 tick. And Carrie said it wasn't a radio, like it was that person talking through as that pss, pss, pss was happening.
Yeah.
But Carrie had the exact same like physiological response that I did, where her hands, her legs were really cold, but her face was on fire and she was sweating. So it was just a really interesting like situation. But then she hears the word head, and not only does she feel her head pain around 9 minutes, she also has her hair pulled at like the 10:45 second mark. That's so 10 minutes 45 seconds. And so it's like, okay, listen, you can talk to us, but please don't hurt us. But she didn't mind if the ghost like touched her, so she had no issue with that. But you had also heard a knock. It was faint. It doesn't come
Yeah,
over the recording, but you had heard a knock. Now I hadn't heard it, and I can't remember if Tom heard it or not, but you had. And you were very, very particular about listening for people walking versus it actually being knocks.
Yeah, you're very aware when you're there. Like, it's easy to tell the difference between them as well.
Yeah.
But I was, we were very attentive of, like, looking for other people's flashlights, other voices, listening for that. Just knowing what's you and what's someone else.
And what's interesting is Carrie feels a pain in the back of her head, and then you hear a knock, not 30 seconds later.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. Also, I did like that you guys both had that like mouth response to tasting something horrible in your mouths. And
Different
then,
taste, though, which was interesting.
well, it depends on how you describe it too, because she said it was just like, it was really gross feeling, almost like there was blood in her mouth, but she didn't really describe it. She said maybe kind of coppery. But then saying it was the cream. And we did some quick research, and there were a couple of places that were given bad milk, cream.
Yeah.
And, unpasteurized milk curdles really, really quickly. And that's what we had talked about with Lizzie Borden, how they think, well, there were definitely a lot of infants that died during that massive heat wave because they're being given nasty milk. So that was kind of gross, but kind of cool. So again, there were no EVPs for the basement of the Quaker building, but after we had left the basement and gone up to the very top floor of the Quaker building, we had talked to the historian there. So we actually get validation from, and I'm going to call him the historian / person, because I'm not sure if he was a historian, but he definitely was the guy like in charge of watching the Quaker building, making sure that we were appropriate while we were there.
Yeah, we said that in the last episode that like each building had someone there to greet you and give you tools if you needed any, things like that. And so, we had one for the Quaker building as well. And
he was very nice.
yes.
And we actually got his name via EVP. And that's why I said, like, with this, so if you want to switch over to the top floor of the Quaker building audio here and to the EVPs that we have spliced by themselves, I'm using the pod track recording because it was the most clear for PJ when he was talking and picking up Carrie and Tom and me. The little recorder, it was fine, but when people started walking away, I couldn't get everybody.
Right.
So the EVP that I'm going to play for you came off of our little recorder, but I'm not going to make you listen to two of the exact same thing. So this is a recording that we got. We asked it, I forget if we asked, like, what was its name? I didn't write down what we asked it, but is this your name, or do you know somebody here? And it says this. That in front of it is actually like us walking, but right there.
Ryan.
And so we think that we're hearing
Brian.
And at the time, we did not know the guy's name who was in charge of the Quaker building. Turns out that was his name.
Yeah, or Ryan.
Yeah, Brian or Ryan.
I'm going to try to play this again here.
Yeah, and so it could be just Ryan. So that was just kind of cool. But he's the one who gave us validation then of the name Steve.
Yeah.
And so when this recording starts, we're talking about that. And it kind of picks up with me kind of saying, listeners, just in case you didn't know. So I kind of reiterated again, but we asked him, what are some names you get in the basement or in the building? Because it's a brand new building. This is the first time you've opened it up for people to come investigate. And he said they hear Roger and Steve a lot.
Roger and Steve, yeah.
And so we're like, holy crap, hold on. Because we just heard Steve downstairs. But in this recording, again, I hadn't listened to the pod tracks initially when we did our first dump of information because the recorder was so good and we picked up EVPs off of them. When I was listening to this to start splicing it, to cut off all the extra walking, but to make it for this episode, I found another EVP that is very clear and you can hear it like right away. So it's just really cool that you get to pick this up. Now, before we actually, listen to this, I just want to remind people that there are people outside. So listeners, you're going to hear people walking. There is one section where there was so obnoxious.
The train.
No, it wasn't the train. No, you had the headphones on for the Estes session.
Okay.
There was a car or some kind of like golf cart or something for their business that was down in the parking lot and it was trying to leave. And I don't know what the heck they were doing, but they could not back up and leave easily. And there was lots of space. So I'm looking out the window and I'm like, they got to stop. This is ridiculous. Now, the good news is you weren't getting anything because at that point you were saying, I'm not getting anything. I think they stopped talking to me. So I chopped that part out. You're welcome, listeners, because it was so obnoxious. Because you're like, how many, even a K-turn has less backups than that. And these kind of vehicles have that backup noise. So it's just that constant beep, beep, beep.
Oh.
It was obnoxious. So if you hear any beeping in there, it's because maybe I didn't cut all of it, but a lot of people outside because they're taking a break and getting some snacks. So this one's our shortest one. It's 5.5 minutes. So go ahead and take it away, PJ.
Okay, again, EVP session in the top floor of the Quaker building. It's about to begin. And Estes session.
Are you going to do Estes?
Okay, yeah.
I'll hold the microphone.
You can just lay it down too. That's what I've been doing.
But I don't feel like I'm all special.
Okay.
Hello, listeners. I am holding the microphone.
It really was nice to get that validation, Steve.
Yeah, it was. That was really
Oh my
cool.
gosh, that's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna bump the volume up because I heard you a couple times last time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that came over the recording, guys, but we were in the basement of the Quaker building and we were doing some Estes and we talked to Susie and to Steve. We just asked one of the historians what names they usually get here, and there's Roger and Steve they've heard quite often. So not Susie, but hey, Steve.
Just gotta sit down. See on the other side.
Oh, I just got a whiff of cat pee.
Ugh.
Big whiff of cat pee.
PJ is going under The headphones. Not under the knife, you know.
Hello, is anybody here? My name is Carrie.
See, the psst has followed us once again.
PJ is sitting on the floor.
If you'd like to talk to PJ, you can. If you don't want to talk, you can always use our little... Hi, yes, it's nice to talk to you too. You can use our little reader here and make the green light change colors.
Hello.
Hello. It's nice to meet you. What is your name?
I apologize for...
Or how old are you?
Talking outside.
You hear that? There it was.
Can we go back?
Yep, so go back. I might have
How old are
to...
you?
Talking outside.
There it is.
Here, I'll just do that.
I apologize for...
Or how old are you?
Talking outside.
Yeah, so right there.
I'll just isolate that. So she asks, how old are you?
Yeah. And so that took me by surprise. When I was cutting stuff down today, I was just like, what the heck? Or sorry, yesterday. I'm like, what the heck is that? That's so cool. So on this recording, so that means I'm going to have to go back and listen to all the pod track recordings to find more EVPs probably. But yeah, it answered and said it was 5. Now, previous we'd asked like, what's your name or what is the person's name here? Or whatever it was. And I think that's where we heard the word Brian. But in any case, yeah, it answers and says 5.
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool. In any case, let's continue because later PJ talks.
Or how old are you?
Talking outside. If you want to get our attention, you can do that by pulling my hair. I will allow it.
There's also a ball over here. And if you put your hand on it and move it a little bit, it will light up.
It's pretty cool. I'm
It
not
is
gonna lie.
pretty cool.
It makes rainbow colors.
Say that again. Hi.
Hi. My name is Carrie.
Putting the microphone down, so I apologize for the bump sound.
Was that you?
I keep hearing this.
I heard that downstairs too. Like a clicking of someone's now. Yep.
Hey.
And it's not static either.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
You can knock on something. Watch. Hi, my name is Carrie. What's your name? You can go.
Is Steve still here?
You.
No, I'm Shanna.
And I'm Carrie.
And that's Tom.
And that's PJ on the floor.
Mary?
Hi, Mary.
Mary, do you know Susie?
Or Steven.
Or Roger?
Help.
How can we help you?
What?
What's wrong? Like a lot of things in the basement too.
You know, you are allowed to use your words if you know how to use your words. I'm not being condescending at all. But you could say hi.
5?
You're 5. Well, I went like that. That's great. I have 5 fingers up.
It didn't sound like there were 5.
How many now? She's crazy.
I'm the jokester in the group.
You see my fingers?
Better?
Is it better? Yeah. Do you want to see 5?
James? What is happening?
James.
I think he said chains.
Oh,
There are chains hanging out all over. That's for safety because the building is kind of scary.
the building is.
Falling apart.
Yeah. Oh, this one doesn't have a chain on it. Can you tell us what this room was used for? Were you chained?
Yeah, I'm not getting anything.
No, it's fine. Do you hear the psst? Do you still hear the psst?
Yeah, I kept hearing that the whole time, but that was all I was getting pretty much. Other than Mary and James, and she was definitely not 5.
It was James, it wasn't James.
James.
James, I heard, yeah.
Yeah, we thought you said
Chains.
chains. We're like, chains?
No.
What? Chains here?
All right. So again, I like that you actually said 5 later.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's not just this. We have the EVP, and then later you say 5, which is really cool. And then that connection to Brian/Ryan, and the whiff of cat pee was not long after we'd had that conversation with Tom, or Tom mentioned cats in the basement, and the entity actually said cat. So it was kind of cool to see that not only did it follow us because the pss, pss, pss followed us, but that consistency of cat. And then when nobody wants to smell cat pee, but we smelled it.
Yeah.
So that kind of happened. But that was really it. Like, you're the only person who did the Estes session up there.
Yeah, and it was like a very small space that was like renovated and safe to explore up there.
Yep.
It was one room.
I think there was lavatories in there too.
Yeah, there's a bathroom and like a little closet to hang coats and stuff.
There was
like
a little
that.
back room too, but there was nowhere like to sit down because you can tell that's the room that area that had not been totally cleaned yet.
Yeah.
And a lot of places were like tied off, so you couldn't go because again, if there's a rope, you can't go there.
Yeah.
But that's where we saw the chair, and we saw like the Tupperware trays for like food. So that was just kind of cool to see like that kind of history just there, to look at. So I thought you did a great job with the top floor of the Quaker building, and it seems like they talk to you. However,
which is rare because
because they're so mean to you.
they're very mean to me. All I wanted the whole night was for that cat ball to move, and that little cat toy, and no one would. And they kept telling me to shut up.
Or the one used a swear word in the
Yeah.
basement at you. No,
But I will say that most of the time, whenever I do Estes, I don't hear anything. Like, or it's these mumbles underneath the static, and I just never get to hear anything.
Yeah.
So it was interesting that I finally did. Like I was freaking happy that I finally got to hear something.
But you're really good with dowsing rods, though.
Dowsing rods respond to me very easily.
Everyone has like their little thing.
Yeah.
So the last thing we're going to play for this recording is the infirmary, and it's actually part 1 because we went there, we went through the entire place to get a feel for the building, and then we sat down one of the back rooms to do our initial SD session. And so, I do it. I cut you out in this one. So it wasn't the basement. I cut you out of this one because nobody was talking to you. So this is one I chopped. I have a note here. It says cut PJ out because no one talked to him once again. And then Carrie takes over around 7 minutes in because this one is 12. It's about 12 minutes, like 11:45 or whatever. So it's about 12 minutes long.
Yep.
So I start off, I cut you out, and then Carrie takes over about 7 minutes. And in this one, we actually get an EVP, which we're going to play first so you guys can hear it. And I do want to apologize once again. We were there. People were walking around, but a train came through again. So there is a train. And you can also hear the cicadas chirping in the nightlife outside because the infirmary, like it was one story. Yeah. And all the windows were pretty much broken out of it.
Yeah.
So
and it's on the top of a hill surrounded by trees and bushes and stuff like that.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it was great.
At first, I didn't realize where we were going because, like, when you walk up the pathway, all you see is, like, a little shack. And then you realize, oh, the trees have overgrown around it because it's a really big infirmary.
Yeah.
Once you start going in, you just keep going forever.
It just keeps going.
But it's so hidden by all of... It was also dark. It's, like, midnight at this point. But the trees were going into, like, there were bushes and, like, stuff coming into the building. So it's kind of cool. But this is the EVP that we caught. And it's actually pretty clear in the recording, too. But we just kind of removed it here and we put it up here for you, bumped it up so you can hear it.
All right, so I'll play it 3 times through, then we'll talk about it.
Comes over better in the recording because that one looks like it got shortened down a little bit, like it's smaller. So we think it's saying, "Who are your friends?"
Yeah.
And when you listen to it in the infirmary recording, it's kind of like elongated. You can hear like, "Who are your friends?" So maybe when we copied over, we kind of squished down by accident.
I don't know.
We'll find out when you hear it. You'll hear it pretty clearly in the recording. But in any case, so we just started right away. We forgot to say we're in the infirmary, and pretty much every other of our Estes sessions, we forgot to say this is the whatever,
Oh,
blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah,
So,
all the time.
yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what time, but it was around midnight because we were like, well, no, it was like maybe closer to 1 because
It was 1. Yeah,
'cause
this
we
is
left.
the last place we went to.
Yeah, we left around 2, right?
2.
Yeah. So like 1:15. Then when Carrie did the dentist, that was after this. So
Yes.
the doctor wanted me to spank him. That was after this. So again, this was the first one. You're going to hear a train in there, so please ignore it. But you are going to hear the EVP around 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So let's go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Who are
You
you?
need to get out. You
Who? Me?
leave.
No, I don't want to leave yet. Do you have anything else? I'm sorry.
Go.
If you make this ball light up, we will leave.
If you knock it off of that and make it light up.
I promise we will leave. Can you make it light up at all?
I don't know if that it was a very deep voice, but I'm not sure what you said.
Because I mean, we're not gonna leave just yet.
We just got here.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Okay. So are we. We just want to talk. What's your name?
The doctor.
Are you the doctor? How old are you?
He said hi.
Hi,
Hello. There you go.
my name is Carrie.
16 and sick.
16 and sick.
I think that's 16 and sick. I think
Okay.
that's what that was.
What are you sick with?
I'm moving.
Moving where?
Do you have epilepsy?
I'm gonna be all right.
Good, good.
That's good.
Starting something. I know you're saying it, but I don't know what you're saying. Starting something.
Are you in this room?
Starting what? Like what are you, starting what?
Medicine? Are you on a new medication?
Just hearing a lot of starting.
If it's hard to talk, you could touch.
Starting medicine, yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Do you know the name of the medicine?
There were not too many options, or there were too many options.
Okay.
There were not too many options.
I can understand that. But you're gonna.
They didn't do it right.
What didn't they do right?
Did you have surgery?
What is your name?
Now that's what? There's a deep voice talking, but I can't make out what he's saying. It's very, very deep.
What is your name?
I keep seeing something. I keep seeing. I keep seeing the doctor.
Okay.
And that was long. I was like, doctor.
Frickin' listen to what I'm saying.
Oh.
Doctor.
Doctor. Is the doctor nice? Do you like the doctor?
And he doesn't like me.
Oh.
Oh, that's sad.
Why doesn't the doctor?
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
You guys are really listening. Oh, yes, we are. Thank you.
Yeah.
Whoa,
We're
whoa,
very
whoa.
we're
What's
very
going on?
interested in what you have to say.
Hey, could you make that go orange again? Or maybe even red?
You know, there's something. You went too fast. You know,
Can
there's
you-
something.
Can you do that again for us?
You gotta talk slower.
Do you see that? That's just like,
Yeah. Do you have a name?
This means stop. So stop, okay? Talk slower. You're seeing the dark.
I moved the light away? Are you talking about me moving the light?
Do you want us to shut the light off?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Can you make that green light turn orange already?
Okay.
You can do it.
Yeah, you did it already. Do it again for us.
You just have to touch it.
You just put
It's
your
not
hand
gonna
over
hurt
it.
you.
Just walk over to it.
That was a weird sound. I'm not sure what that was.
Or if you want to push this ball here.
Someone just screamed.
Are you gonna let me know what your name is?
Shh. The doctor's coming.
Oh, sorry.
I said. That's what I said.
Okay. We believe you.
Once he joins, it'll be what? Come on. A bad time. Oh, I don't like that.
Why is it gonna be a bad time? You said he doesn't like you. Why doesn't he like you?
Do you get sassy?
Me too.
That lit up to yellow at that. Do they not appreciate?
I don't know who it's to, who was just talking, but this one just said, I don't want to talk to you.
Can we pause for a second?
Why?
I don't know what you do that you offend ghosts with your mere presence. But I do want to say that, like, it's so crazy when you're listening to it because, you know, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but the doctor is coming was clear as day and really, really creepy. And then for me to hear starting medicine, was awesome because that's all that I heard. I didn't hear you or Carrie talking at all. So it sounds almost like this is fake, but it's not. Like, I cannot in any way, apart from you guys watching you the videos, like, this is 100% real. It was insane.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add before you continue this again, though?
No, I mean, this was just a constant thing all night. It's just, you know, me getting told off by these guys.
Sorry, go ahead and play some more.
I have to find her spot. I think it's here.
I don't know who it's to, who was just talking, but this one just said, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, it's always me. Is it me? Am I the one? I'll stop talking if you make this ball light up. It's all lit.
Tom.
Listen.
Okay. He's here.
Tom is a nice guy.
Yeah. Oh. Deep voice. Doctor's coming.
Okay.
What's the doctor's name?
I keep hearing like baby. But there weren't any babies here, were there?
And so this is where I actually...
There's an 8-month-old.
Okay.
So I just took my headphones off around 6-ish minutes because I kept hearing baby. And I wasn't sure, like, if it was a radio station versus a song, but it was baby. It was just constant. And so I was like, why am I hearing baby at this point? Because the bacon thing happened earlier, but I was like, I'm just going to have a conversation. So I have taken the headphones off, and I was confused as to why I was hearing the word baby. I wasn't sure if you guys were asking questions or whatever, because it just seems so out of the blue.
Yeah.
So my headphones are, I just want to tell the listeners, my headphones are off at this point, so I am talking to PJ and Carrie and Tom.
Yep.
Here, were there?
There was always babies here. Remember, they burned them.
There's an 8-month-old.
Okay.
Oh,
Baby.
we should probably stop for a second. There's a joke in there. So I just realized that our listeners aren't going to get that. When we started our tour at the beginning of the night, Jaden said that he's like, you can ask me any question.
Jaden's our tour guide.
He was like, yeah, our initial tour guide, and he actually is one of the historians there. And he's like, I always say, no question is a stupid question. I've heard it all. He's like, but one that I got was, so where did they boil the babies? And where did they burn the babies? And he's like, as far as I know, no babies were burned or boiled. But he had a really funny joke about,
and this woman was like, oh, you're supposed to say that. And she's like, I read online that they boiled babies here.
Yeah, so it was a constant, like, tongue-in-cheek joke, actually. So that's why Carrie just said, don't you remember? They boiled them here. So I do apologize. It was just, no one would have got that unless I stopped and said that. So continue. Yeah.
Here, were there?
There was always babies here. Remember, they burned them.
There's an 8-month-old.
Okay. It's like I feel like baby. All right, let me try really quick.
Like, it's all just music. I don't know how you got anything, because
I didn't have any music.
it's all music now.
I had just like, and then a very deep voice once in a while. It's really creepy. Oh, my feet. The way I was sitting, the blood's going through my feet, and there's just pins and needles down my calves to my feet.
Step on the scale. Oh, open the bay.
How do
Listen,
you hear this stuff? All I hear is music.
I heard that sound too, but wasn't
That
sure.
wasn't music, by the way. It was somebody going, oh.
Yeah, I heard that in the background, but I wasn't sure.
Wipe it. Nobody wants to listen to me. Walk.
Where are we walking to?
The police are coming.
It's not the doctor. Do you like the doctor?
My wife and the other man, they were doing some magic, and they were doing crypto
Look at my magic.
in the stream or in the creek. Tom, are you listening to me? Oh, that was so sad. Talk to me.
Did we talk to you? Do you like Tom?
Wait.
Oh, sorry. I was playing. Do you have a name? Do you want to see a magic trick?
There was a fire?
Can you make this light over here light up? It's just green. Make it green.
There was no power?
Can you make this one light up since you're closer to Carrie? I'd like to see you turn this to red. Then we'll go all the way up to red. Prove to us that you're here. We're not the doctor, I promise. Well, I am a doctor. We're not
I keep on hearing Chinese or something.
Oh, but then they won't-
Get over here.
I'm over here. I'm right here.
Talking to me? Talking over me?
Do you want PJ closer?
It's hard to make out what that deep man voice is saying.
Yeah, it's very deep. Can you make the EMF go up and put it?
I feel it in my knee.
Make it go to red, maybe? I see a little bit of orange, but you can go higher. Put your energy there unless you're tired.
Hey, can you make this ball light?
I was in West Virginia.
I've never been.
You know we're listening, right? We could.
I want my mommy
I hate hearing that. That's the worst.
and my daddy. Come back on Sunday.
Sorry, Kim.
Can't afford it. I'm only playing a little bit, but not
You
much.
better believe it.
What?
I'm only playing a little bit, but not much. So. And this one's doing nothing, and it's so close. You'd think it'd be lighting up because the...
The man is coming.
Recorder.
Get back up to the wall.
Is it the doctor who's coming? Who's the man?
Christina?
Doesn't make any sense.
Go through the vegetable... Something about the vegetables and the door. I had a disability. Take me.
Oh, no, you need to stay here. We can't take you with us.
Yeah. You are not coming. Here, you want to take this one, huh?
I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh, that's not.
354.
So, is your name Christina?
I had a stigma.
That's close to Christina, so I think her name is Christina. Christina, if you're here with us,
It sounded like something 6 dot something.
Christina,
I had the school hours.
what do you mean by that, Christina?
All right, and so that's where we stopped it because nothing else was coming through, and at that point, Carrie takes her headphones off, and then we went for a walk trying to find different rooms and different numbers because we weren't sure what was happening. And I'm still kind of confused by that, like maybe there were multiple voices talking, and then we had an issue with the EMF, like we weren't sure what was going on because one was lighting up like crazy and one wasn't, and so we weren't sure there was like an issue with the microphone, so we were trying, at one point, trying to see like if the EMF was having an issue being too close to the recorder, which it hadn't done all night. So
Yeah.
that's in the background we're kind of going, why is this not working? Right. But it was really an interesting place to be because, you know, across the entirety of Pennhurst, you would hear these lines like, I miss my mommy. Are you my mommy? It kind of stuff. And it just breaks your heart because, like, as Jaden had said, that's what they called you because anybody who was a female was mommy. Anyone who was a male was daddy, really, at that point, because they didn't have mom or a dad. And so it definitely, as I said, it hits different when you're there because you hear the emotions in their voices when they're talking.
Yeah, I don't. When I do the Estes method, it's very hard for me to hear anything at all. And a lot of the time, it's me, like, guessing on what I'm hearing and things like that. It's very difficult for me. So
Well, but we have found that, like, if you say, you know, I'm sorry, start again, you're talking too fast, try again, starting what, tell me, that they will try to come through and say it a second or a third time. Because when I was stuck on the word starting, I would hear, I'm starting to, and I couldn't make out the word.
yeah,
You know? And so when the person said, I'm moving, and you said, is it epilepsy? Because that was a common thing, like, diagnosis back then. Like, we were on the floor, like, pulsing in pain. I don't know if that's what was going on, but they said, like, I'm moving right now,
Yeah.
you know? So I feel like this series is a little more heartbreaking, you know, but we were in some really sad areas, too.
Quaker building has rough history.
Yeah, depending on what level you were at. It was like the
And
behaviorals.
the infirmary is never a good place to be.
Never, no. So this one's a little, I mean, apart from everyone pretty much saying, we don't want to talk to you. Be
So.
quiet.
Thanks a lot.
Maybe next time you can set this one out, you know? But overall, I really enjoyed my time at Pennhurst. How about you?
I really did. I want to go back. There's another one in September, and I'm like, can we make that? Can we
I'm
make
a
it
wedding.
happen?
But even from the time we got there, I'm not sure if we mentioned in our last episode, but just standing outside the Limerick building, we had, you know, tech issues, and Carrie and I heard and felt stuff. So it started, like, right away. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Did I tell that story in the last episode?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, if I didn't, or if you're listening to part 2 but not part 1, that's weird, but here we go. When we first started our tour with Jaden, PJ had his 360 camera up on a big old stick. Well, it's the telescope.
Big selfie stick.
And I was sitting beside him, and someone touched me on the shoulder, and it was a female, like, little child's voice, tell me to, like, turn around, like talk to her. And I couldn't really make out the words, but I got the feeling, like, you know, I need your help, turn around, like, whatever. So I turned around, like, to answer the response, and there's no one there. There were people really far away, but they were, like, super far away because they were vaping. So they weren't a part of the group at all. And they weren't talking because they were vaping. And I was like, oh, this place is, like, haunted. All right. And at that same moment, Carrie was over by Tom, and she said, Shanna, come over here because I'm hearing something. So I walked over, and I heard it, too. And as soon as we heard the sound together, PJ is holding the camera, like I said, on the selfie stick, and it just turned off.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we went for a walk, and you felt that thing at the back of your neck, which you didn't appreciate. So they're very, like, when you put the entire night together, like when you go back and go over the data, you know, Carrie had her hair pulled. You had the back of your neck felt. I got touched on the shoulder. Carrie and I had cold responses.
We had a lot of cold spots, too.
Yep. So it was very physical there. They were happy to hear us like, you guys are really listening. They were happy to hear that we were listening to them and talking with them. I didn't really feel scared at all. I felt kind of creeped out by the doctors coming, shh. And of course, Carrie said, line up against the wall kind of thing. So
Yeah, the only time I really felt creeped out was when we first started, because that's when we heard the knocks and the bangs from the last episode. And I'm like, oh man, like, this is wild. But as the night went on, it just almost became normal, you know?
Well, and I think, too, like, when you look at through the lens as, like, a teacher, you know, these are kinds of students that we work with all the time. So I think we kind of got in the flow with it, and worked and talked with them.
Yeah.
There is one more Estes session that we did, which was Carrie, and she was in this small room, which creeped everyone out who walked by. Nobody wanted to go in this small room. But I need to go through it and like listen close for EVPs, because now they know the pod track versus the recorder have different sounds.
Yeah.
It might be a mini episode, but it probably was the most creepy of all of them. So I didn't.
Yeah, and we may have set ourselves up to be creeped out a little bit because we knew the history of this room from the Ghosts of the Mayflower book series.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because this cell is notorious for having a dark figure or a dark presence in it. So we knew this going in.
Yeah.
And we did an Estes session in that cell.
And then we had the EMF and everything going on. So I need to really go through that, and I want to watch the camera footage of it too. And
Camera footage has nothing.
Oh, you looked at it?
Yeah,
Okay.
But I would like to double check the EVP stuff.
Yeah. So that was Carrie in there, because she's the only one like who it's like, yeah, sure, I'll go and do the Estes with this. I'm like, okay, have fun. So we have one more Estes session, and then of course we're still combing through all the video footage to see if there is anything in terms of shadow figures. I haven't seen anything, and PJ hasn't either, and I'm not sure we will.
Yeah.
There were just so many people milling around that, there were flashlights everywhere and whatnot. So it'd be hard to guess, like, what is a shadow figure versus just a shadow.
And let's be honest, like, it's rare for anyone to get something visible. So the fact that we got 5 EVPs in one night is pretty impressive,
Yeah.
I think.
So, I mean, it's just kind of cool. Like, Pennhurst is a place to go, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
But I do want to do a little plug here, because we are going to have an episode with one of our longtime listeners. His name's Steve Smith, and he's going to be talking to us about the USS Nimitz, and that's going to be a whole episode, because I did a lot of history into it, and he's got his own personal story. So we're doing an episode with that. And we also have been super secret about a cool personal interview we have going on. Do you want to talk about it now that it's happening tomorrow?
Okay.
We're keeping a secret still?
I don't know. We can talk about it.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we reached out and contacted the House of Many Stairs in Pennsdale, Pennsylvania. And it is one of the key locations in the Underground Railroad in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah, only to be outdone by Daniel Hughes, which was up on Freedom Road, which has a direct connection to one of our interviews from last year, Paris Sabrina Beckley, because she was on that's where her haunted house was on Freedom Road.
Yeah. And Freedom Road was the path that many slaves took to escape the South and get to the North. So it's pretty incredible, the history of Lycoming County and the Williamsport area and everything. So I'm very excited to visit the House of Many Stairs tomorrow and see what's going on there.
And I'm excited because I told them I would come with history, with research, all the research I could do.
And she sure does.
I may have been Charlie Day again, but this research is in a binder and it's color-coded.
Is that better?
Yes, I'm not tying strings and looking crazy.
You're not sprawled out on the floor like Gettysburg.
Yeah. I look organized this time. It's fine. I don't have a problem. I can quit whenever I want. Can I? But anyway, so that is this week's episode of the Pennhurst series. It'll be our last official one. And then hopefully we'll have maybe a mini episode of Carrie's, because it's a really cool thing, but I need to comb through that data a little bit closer.
And if it's not interesting, we're probably not going to show it.
But overall, it was lots of fun. If you guys have any questions, or if you want to take a look at some, footage, listen to it, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you all for listening to the Well House Exorcism. You can find us on Instagram as Well House Exorcism, on Twitter /X as wellhouse_exorc, or on Facebook under Games Overboard, because we are a subsidiary of Games Overboard, and that is the fastest and easiest way to reach us.
Yes.
You can also hop on our website, which is gamesoverboard.com. And if you go on there, you'll see the little tab for Well House Exorcism, or take a dive into Games Overboard and see what PJ's podcast is about, or hop over to Danger and Dice and check and see what that's about. It's lots of fun.
Or hit the contact button, and you can message us that way.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Lots
Nice.
of options there. There are videos on our website, too,
Yep.
which link directly to our YouTube page, and you can see our interview with Kevin Paul or with other game designers.
Sorry. My super best friend, Kevin Paul.
Yes,
Thank you.
I know.
Continue.
No, that's it.
You don't want to say anything else?
That was the end of it.
No, you're going to say interviews with Jamie Stegmeyer.
Well, I said game designers.
Oh, fine.
See what she does.
Hey, Anthony told us that Rose loves our podcast because of the connection we have. And I said, what, me being annoyed 24/7 by the dad jokes? Well, in any case, thank you everyone for making this a fun podcast, and give us your ideas like Steve Smith did, and Alicia gave us the house of many stairs. So hook us up with the ideas, all right? But as always, think spooky thoughts.